According to Mevlana, love is the reason why atoms revolve around the sun. As for love, it is the condition of knowing the truth directly. When His light shows itself uncurtained, neither sky remains nor earth, neither sun remains nor moon, other than God's essence. Atoms enlightened with the light of God are entranced with His ecstasy. Mevlana, that scholar of scholars, went with this rapture, and in his place came a man close to 50, who wrote poetry with enthusiasm, who played with children in the street, who saw no difference between Muslims and Jews, and who bowed in front of a beggar woman as if he were bowing in front of a sheikh. Mevlana loved people, not because they were humans or for the contributions they made to society, but he loved them for that trembling, small, divine light that he saw in the heart of everyone. He loved people because of the Creator. In any case, there was nothing else for him other than God. Mevlana, who is known as Rumi in the West, neither established a tariqah during his life nor set the whirling dance to the rules of today. He only would revolve and dance without following any rules, as he felt from within when he entered into ecstasy. The whirling dance for him was a path going to the heavens, a door opening to the heavens, a flight from life to death, a flying away from death to immortality. In the whirling dance part of the ceremony, connected to the rules according to the views and philosophy of Mevlana, the dervishes' cloaks thrown to the ground mean for humans to push aside the world with the backs of their hands, to strip themselves of their personalities and essences, and to abandon the God-sent blessings of the world. The black dervish cloak represents the world and daily concerns. The whirling dance starts with kissing in turn the hands of the sheikh, and the sheikh kissing their tall felt hats. The tall hats made of pounded felt are a sign of being a member of the Mevlevis. What a sheikh kisses is this Mevlevi identity. The whirling dervishes almost symbolize in form the saying of the Prophet, "Die before dying." He crosses his hands and holds the tips of his shoulders, and it represents Alif, the first letter of the Arabic alphabet, that is composed of a straight line or the number 1. This has the meaning of, I bear witness to the unity of God, not only with my tongue, but with my whole existence, with my whole body. The tall felt hat is the tombstone of the ego, and the white inner garment is the shroud of the ego. Thus, the whirling dervish kills his ego before dying bodily, and opens his arms and starts to turn. Burned hearts cry out with silent cries to the skies, "Here I am, beating my feet. My ego is under my feet. You are everywhere. Your splendor in every direction." While dancing, the right hand is above as if in prayer. The left hand is turned below, as if to say, "We receive from God and spread to the people." we do not keep anything for ourselves. We are nothing but a form existing in appearance, acting as an intermediary. While the whirling dervish keeps his left foot fixed on the floor, the right foot revolves around it. He says God silently within himself at every revolution. The whirling dervish says God with every revolution. The whirling dervish chants silently from within and from his heart. There is no night in our day, because the sun of our day is love. Lovers have sunk to such depths that in a sea of love, moans, cries for help, saying, "Oh my God," are not heard. Even when the whirling dance reaches the height of ecstasy, the dervish cannot break the general rules of the ceremony and should revolve without bumping into another dervish or without spoiling the general harmony of the ceremony, like planets in the solar system. There is a great duty for the head of the whirling dervishes. He shows them the places where they will dance and prevents them from becoming too close to each other by walking among them and gathering them in a specific place while dancing. The whirling dance section is composed of 4 greetings representing the 4 stages that will be passed on the path to truth. The first greeting you see symbolizes obtaining knowledge about God and learning religious obligations. At the end of each greeting, the whirling dervishes withdraw into groups of 2, 3, or 4, and by leaning on one another, greet the point of the pole in the center that symbolizes Mevlana. This grouping in groups of 2, 3, or 4 symbolizes solidarity. The whirling dervishes start the second greeting with the permission of the sheikh. This greeting symbolizes the tariqah stage, which makes the knowledge of God and the unity of God apparent. The third greeting, the truth stage, symbolizes the termination by destroying him in the Supreme Being, that is, the annihilation in God stage. The fourth greeting is the expression of the spiritual knowledge stage. just as Mevlana said, "It is always he who exists and who becomes destroyed. He is the source of both pain and pleasure. You do not have an eye that will see, or else you would have seen. It is only he who exists throughout in your existence." The dervish who strips off from human nature and wraps himself in divine nature is finally immortal in the spiritual knowledge stage and has reached the stage of an eternal union with God. Spiritual knowledge is returning to serve again as a human being, in spite of being a saint who is aware of all the secrets. This is the highest level in Islam. Born with new knowledge, he aims to return to the world, to the place where the journey started, to serve mankind. He would give to the people what he received from God, and he would tolerate their faults. During the first three greetings, the whirling dervishes turn around themselves and around the place where they dance. At the fourth greeting, the dervishes remain where they are and only turn around the sheikh. This has the meaning of persisting at the stop of oneness, unity. The head of the dervishes now keeps everyone at the outer orbit and does not allow anyone to enter the inner orbit, because the sheikh also joins in the final greeting. The name of this whirling dance is the post-whirling dance. The sheikh does the whirling dance at the center on the shortest path for reaching God. That is called the equator. The dervish, who perceives the reason for the divine orders and creation, has defeated his ego and complied with the order of the Prophet, "Die before dying," and the call of the Holy Quran, "Return to your God and enter into the group of my best human beings."